1. Here we go. Alright, welcome back to Lenz Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Non-Classic. This is episode number 3190 and episode number 3084. We have Wichblade trade and a trade for the Darkness. First up we have is Wichblade Rebirth Volume 2, written by Tim Seeley. This book collects issues 156 to... I think it's like 156 to 162, I think it is. Yeah, 156 to 160, which means, yes, these are the issues that end the very brief period of time when the book was come out on time. And the stories here are Space Between Us, a two-parter that was Portals, and two-parter Saviors. Yep. First we have The Space Between Us, where we have Sarah in Chicago. Yes, Sarah in Chicago. But we still continue those weird storyline involving these gross people, these gross things that possess people. It's like anything very people and a chub woman, which apparently, she decides to take up her pants. Yep, and then of course basically it's like, what are you doing? And then we see more, and we see her trying from the Wichblade, which, yeah, the artwork basically updated where it comes more for its head, basically where it's like barely covering her. At one point, it covers a whole face. Yes. And of course, basically, which like this guy who breaks in, who's like, he's straight too far from the yard, dog. Take it back in the kennel. And of course, basically, she just basically tossed the guy around. And of course, Ninja, and of course, they get teleported. And they go all over the place. And we see, look like I'm across a guy, look like he's running a dead horse across the river. Lots of blasting these zombies. Yeah, and then of course, then the big woman comes by Sarah's apartment. Yeah, she's no longer in New York, she's in Chicago. Fights all these creatures here, and then for some weird reason, she gets teleported to like a steampunk world where they got blimps. I want to see a sheriff. Then we see like a kid basically beat up like a goblin. We see this beautiful elf woman, where she's running this camp. Yeah, in terms of the sheriff, it's actually this beautiful red-headed woman. Yeah. Yeah, and of course he talks to the sheriff for quite a while about stuff, and then all of a sudden the issue ends with a guy with a rifle, basically, well, a sniper rifle, basically, with a point at her. Yeah, it turns out she's also basically one of those artifact wearing people. Yep. At least the steampunk version of it. Yep. And then, of course, we have the sheriff and Sarah fighting for a bit. And then all of a sudden, freaking dinosaur shows up. What the heck? Yeah, what about a dragon? No, that's not a dragon. That's a dinosaur. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's a freaking dinosaur. That's awesome. And, of course, she beats up the kid. And, yeah, they go through their portal. And then we're back in Chicago, where Sarah's back. Had been medieval for a couple issues, and then we have a woman getting shot. I know she gets stabbed. Yes, stabbed. Yeah, then the kid apparently just gets hit by a bus. Runs to get by a bus because he's possessed. By the way, they also have some political stuff here. Then we have a Gotham, and basically your skin's breaking out. And we have the gross people back once again after being absent for a couple issues. Yeah, it's like just quick little two-parter. Other stuff here. Oh yeah, here's basically the most is covered the entire series. It's like, yeah, she's now serious. Let's basically cover her whole body with the armor, except part of her butt, for reasons, and blow an office out, and she nearly falls up. Look how she's saved. And apparently she's working with the other people. And then, of course, the cop living here is like, wonder what the heck is going on. And that's the book. This book felt like it went by really quickly. Yeah, for roughly 5 issues. That was quick. Really quick. I gave it roughly 8 out of 10. Still got, I think I got a few more books to go for that one. But I think at that point, that's where they stopped doing the whole... That's where they ended their 9-month streak. And now we have the Darkness Anniversary Collection. Which, this book collects Batman in the Darkness. The 2-issue miniseries, Darkness/Superman. And for some reason, they decided to include this in here because they probably figured that wasn't enough. They included the first 6 issues of the original Darkness ongoing. I viewed those already, so the other issues. So let's get started with the Darkness Batman. We're basically just going to do Darkness Batman and Darkness Superman 2-issue miniseries. So Darkness Batman, written by Scott Lobdell and Jeff Loeb, art by Mark Silvestri, David Finch, and Clarice Lansing. So we have, starts out with Batman in Commissioner Gordon's office. Like something, like a murder happens, like Joker, Stone Arkham, I checked. Any ideas? Too many. Yeah, I love the artwork here. I think it's maybe the first time they eventually drew Batman I could think of. So yeah, basically he goes to... Yeah, basically, because this book is canon to the top creative work, but I can't DC. Hangs out in the Batcave, drinks some tea near the giant penny and the the robot dinosaur. We see Two-Face drawn beautifully here by one of the artists here. So good here. The artwork's so good this one. And of course, the 2-page spread on the side. We see Catwoman here, which is not her current costume she was wearing at this point in time. She wore a different costume. Yep. So basically, this is how Batman meets darkness. Simple. He was scouting around in New York City on a guardrail, and then here's Jackie just walks behind with a freaking gun. Bang. See you, Batman. Okay, dumb question. I gave you that much. Why were you spying on me? That's what I do. My turn. Where can I find your uncle? Where can I find the man who's trying to scare criminals in Gotham? It seems to me the mooks who are scared. sense. I'm gonna kill you anyway. Of course. Gotham's Hotel. The presidential suite. Thank you. And punches him. And really cool scene at the Batmobile. I love the Batmobile here. It's so cool. I love it. And they put his logo on the freaking license plate. That's so funny. We have Batman in the car where he's got a Bat logo on the wheel because, of course, you got to put the Bat logo everywhere. And then we have Jackie meeting Bruce Wayne first time. Yep. And then we see the Joker. Of course Joker's here because it's Batman. And the Dark suits up, and then, of course, basically and then, of course, Batman fights his little demon friends. He gets patched up, of course. Yep. And it takes in some other guy here. And, of course, Darkness fights Batman briefly. And that's it. And then we have a two-parter, Darkness vs. Superman, written by Ron Martz, artwork by Tyler Kirkham. We start off with somebody picking up a newsstand, throw it right through a restaurant window to get some gangsters' attention. And Jackie just waltzes right in, and it turns to the guy who actually picked this up was frickin' Metallo! Yes, it's Metallo, John Corbin. And I love basically Lois has a mug that says, "My husband is a Superman." Basically, this is a sort of way of probably saying, yeah, her husband is a Superman. Just put the fact that her husband was awesome. And her husband is Clark Kent. Yeah, and of course he suits up, he goes out. Love this artwork by Tyler Kirkham. Yeah, that's an excellent drawing by him. Yeah. And of course gets shot at, then Darkness comes in, and he does briefly fight Superman, and then of course he had to stop because it's fucking Metallo. Interesting, this was a 2-issue miniseries because Lois gets taken by John Corbin, and well, they end up working together. They free Lois. Darkness punches Superman. Goes Haraway, fights him. Even on top of a freaking dragon, which is awesome. And then, of course, he puts him down. And then, of course, Lois and Clark basically go someplace else. And the book ends with, "Nice job, Butch. Let's go home for now." Because apparently Jackie has wiped out organized crime in Metropolis. And that's it. That's pretty much the two miniseries. The Batman was okay, but I love the Superman. I thought it was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I give that book there a 9 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's Pick Up View. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I'm gonna go because basically there's a comic store I really want to try out because I've never been there before. It's like about 30-minute drive. As soon as the videos up, 2 videos up, I'm gonna go there, and when I come back, I'll watch next 2 episodes of Daily Life of the anime I'm just watching, and then I'll do another comic corner. Okay? Thanks, Phil. Bye.